Bronco fans and football fans everywhere. Welcome to Broncos Breakdown. This is week 17 recap of the Denver Bronco game against the Chargers. This is Sunday, January 2nd, 2022. I am your host, Bronco Bill. First and foremost, just want to say Happy New Year to everybody out there. Thanks for watching this past year, this past season. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for your comments. I know this is not the very last game, but I just wanted to get that out there because it is the first NFL game of the new 2022 season. Okay, no, not season. I take it back. 2022 year. Put it that way. Okay, guys, you're probably wondering why I'm wearing an Avalanche hat, a Bronco sweatshirt. Reason being, one of those teams won today. And it was not the Broncos. Nope. I knew they would lose, guys. I said last video that Broncos did not have a chance in this game. And they didn't. Final score, Chargers 34, Denver 13. Yeah, 13 points, guys. Okay, we didn't have a chance in this game, obviously, for various reasons. And I'm not going to use excuses like injuries or the virus or anything else like I don't want to play hard or we're out of the playoffs, so why try? I'm going to make a business decision and not give it my all. Those are excuses. No, they're professionals. They need to play hard every single down, every single game, because they are professionals. I wouldn't go to my job and go, well, I guess I'm not really into today, so I'm not going to do anything. No, that's not what you do. You do your job because you're getting paid to do your job. Football, sports is different. I get that. I totally get that. But the bottom line is, today they did not look like they wanted to try at all. I know that there's issues, guys. I just said I'm not making excuses, so I'm not going to bring those up again. It's the next man up. It's do what you're getting paid to do. And that is your best. And if these guys that came in as a backup, that's their best, we got major, major problems. And George Payton's going to have to just rip this team apart. And I mean it comes from the coaches on down. They need to rip it apart. The other problem, guys, is the fact that Denver just, I don't know. I know it starts with coaching, but I'm not going to keep picking on them and beat a dead horse because I've already run over that many times. Many, many, many times in different videos. I've bashed the coaches. I'm not going to go there. All I'm going to say is play calling is not conducive to what players we have on this team. Yes, they have to execute the plays. Yes, there were drop passes. There were runs again, guys, that were absolutely not telegraphed, but expected because of the play calling. Fangio did not want to punt at all in this game. Very first series, they went for it on fourth down. They got it. That was good. But it set a trend that said, we're not going to punt because we fear the Charger offense. What? Really? He went for it on his own 45 on fourth down and didn't get it because Locke was sacked. Why? Because the offensive line cannot hold up that long. They also brought pressure, but if you know as a offensive coordinator, if you know, that is if you know your job, but if you know it's 4th and 6 on your own 45 and you're going for it, don't you think that they're going to blitz or bring pressure on the edge, a stunt, whatever? Bring extra bodies. Have two backs in the backfield, Williams and Gordon. Don't have nobody in the backfield but Locke and expect the offensive line to hold up when they bring extra pressure. This whole season's been like this, guys. I know it was a very, very false pretense the first 3 games. It was a mirage. I said that way back then, that it was a mirage. That we played 3 teams that had a combined 0-9 after the first 3 games. It was a mirage. None of those 3 teams that we beat, Jets, Giants, and Jaguars, are not going to the playoffs. What does that tell you? You know what it tells me? It tells me that Denver's barely above them. That's why they barely beat them. Yes, I know there was one game where it was a little bit more lopsided. Okay, that's fine. But it was a mirage. After going 3-0, Denver has gone 4-9 since. 4-9 since going 3-0. What did I tell you way back on those videos? Go back to week 2 recap. Go back to week 3 recap. Go back to week 4 recap. Because I said that those games were gimme games. They were games we were supposed to win. It's a mirage. It's not real. The test will come week 4. And I was right. I mean, it's obvious, guys. It is obvious that this team is not going anywhere unless we get major changes. Major changes. And I know, guys, that we still don't have an owner, and there's rumors that Peyton Manning may be involved in a group, be the face of the Broncos, which I would absolutely love. So that causes ripples through the clubhouse, the locker room, the players, the coaches, everybody involved. Of course it does. So everything has to change from the top down, or this Bronco team is going to continue to do what we've seen for the past 5 years. Have a losing record, not make the playoffs, have horrible draft picks, which George Payton has not had that. That's good, but he's only had one, but still. They had good draft choices. So barring that, there's got to be major, major changes. Major changes. Now let me get back to that game. I mentioned already the final score was 34-13. Denver's defense played well. Patrick Surtain was big in the game. Made some great defensive plays. Unfortunately, Kyle Fuller had a pass interference that led to a touchdown. It was blatant pass interference. Not that he really meant to, but it was blatant in the sense that everybody could see it. It wasn't like ticky tack. It was legit. Chargers go up 10-0. Then they go up 17-0. And then McManus kicked a 61-yard field goal right before the half to make it 17-3. And then it was 20-3. Then it was 20-6. And then 27-6. And then 34-6. Oh, I'm sorry. It was 34-6, yeah. And then Denver scored, make it 34-13 at the very end. Offense did not look good. Drew Lock, again, he had 2 games now, back-to-back games where he has not made a turnover, not thrown an interception. He has not fumbled the ball. In fact, the Broncos didn't turn it over at all today. For that matter, neither did the Chargers. So it was a clean game as far as turnovers. But Drew Lock loves to air it out deep. And yes, he made a great catch. A great throw in the second half, on their first drive in the second half to Cortland Sutton. Great. In fact, Cortland Sutton made a great move in front of 2 defenders to jump in front and leap high and catch it. That was a great play. But other than that, there weren't big plays. Running game was subpar. Wasn't spectacular. There were some good runs. I wouldn't say a lot. There was a lot of runs that were just stuffed. There was a point where the Broncos were 4th and goal at the 1. And then they end up with a illegal procedure penalty, or lined up wrong or something. They had a penalty. Took them out of there. So they kick a field goal. Things like that just is not what this team has been like under Elway, under Peyton Manning, under head coach Kubiak. It wasn't like this for the Broncos. This is more Raider-esque. Or, I don't know, some other team that has a lot of penalties, but Raiders certainly do. And Denver's doing the same thing, and I just don't get it. Time and time again. I mentioned last video, guys, that if we'd have beaten the Bengals, the Browns, and the Raiders, all of which we had a chance, we lost all 3 of those games by 1 possession. We could have been 10-5. And with the loss today, let's say, it would have been 10-6. We still would have been in the playoffs. That's how important those games were. And they did not and could not rise up. Could not rise up. And then they lose today. And it seems to me without very much interest. There were plays in the game, calls in the game that just boggled my mind. A couple of them being, instead of calling timeouts towards the first half, instead of calling timeouts and trying to get a touchdown, he lets the clock run again. And then McManus has to kick that 61-yarder instead of trying to get a touchdown. Things like that just have ruined this team. And if you recall, guys, Vic Fangio, when he was hired, said his motto is death by inches. Meaning they were going to basically kill the other team, Broncos win, kill the other team by nickel and diming or taking an inch here and an inch there. Death by inches. Guess what, Fangio? Death by inches is now the new Broncos slogan. Because that's what they've done. They've killed themselves by inches. I don't know what to say, guys. I don't know what to say other than the fact that Denver did not play this game, in my opinion, with any effort, energy, passion, drive to win this game. They didn't. And I'll be surprised, and I'll get into that on Friday, but I'll be surprised if Denver even scores 13 against Kansas City. I'll be totally surprised. What's in it for them? They've given up on Fangio. They've given up on Shermer. They've given up on the entire coaching staff. It was evident today. Absolutely evident. A kickoff return of 101 yards. McManus, he always kicks it out of the end zone. This time, he kicked it to the 1 yard deep in the end zone. And it gets run back for a freaking touchdown after Denver cut the lead to 24-13. Or excuse me, 24-6. And Denver, McManus kicks it off 1 yard into the end zone. and the guy runs it back. Do you think they tried? No, they didn't try. If they would have tried, McManus would have kicked it in the end zone and said, okay, guys, we got a chance. Kicked it deep. Let's hold them. Okay, whatever they say. I even said when he kicked it short, I go, what the heck are you doing? You never kick it short. That told me the team has given up. Well, I knew they've given up. They've given up most of the season. Well, after the 3 easy wins. Yeah, they've given up. And I don't blame them. I don't blame them as far as feelings. I blame them as far as not playing hard, because that's what you're supposed to do when you're getting millions of dollars to do it. But I don't blame them feeling it. Being frustrated. Things of that nature that make you say, you know what, instead of playing 100, I'll play 95%. That's what showed today. Now, Drew Lock, he was injured right before halftime. Rippon came in, didn't do much, which was expected. And then he comes out in the third quarter and does really well. First pass was that long, I think it was 25, 35 yards, something like that, to Cortland Sutton. That was the first throw he made after he came out. He heard his, he scrambled for a first down, or just short of a first down, and he took a hard hit. I believe it was by Joey Bosa, right in the right shoulder, his throwing shoulder, and he grimaced and was in pain. And they took him to the locker room, and he comes out in the third quarter and throws a 25 or 35 yard deep pass to Cortland Sutton. So whatever they did in the locker room, he came out strong. But he fought a lot in this game. I would have to say, if I'm going to give an award to the hardest Bronco player today, absolutely has to be Drew Lock. Absolutely. Just because of his guts, his desire to be out there. And I really think that he wants to show the Broncos that he can that he can be the franchise quarterback. I'm not sold on that. Absolutely not sold on that. But he's trying to convince the Broncos. If not the Broncos, he's trying to make good tape that other teams can see and maybe want to pick him up. Which one did I think did not give its best effort? I would have to say McManus. McManus on that kickoff return did not give it his 100% best all the time. Yes, he made that 61-yard field goal. That was his best. And all the kickoffs went to the end zone. Or deep in the end zone. Not this one. So, like I said, Patrick Surtain had a great game. There was constant pressure on Herbert. The guy's elusive. I'll give him that. He did set a Charger record for his 35th. For his 35th touchdown of the season. He broke a record. I don't recall who that Charger quarterback was that had the record, but he broke the record or tied it. No, he did break it. I'm sorry. He did set the record. 35 touchdown passes in just his second season sets a Charger record. Well, guys, other than that, there's not much I can say. Do I think Fangio is going to be fired? I would have to say, if I'm a betting man, which I'm not, but if I was, I would put my money on the fact, excuse me, on the fact that he's going to be fired. I wish it had been like weeks ago, but a lot of people don't think and feel that when you fire somebody mid-season or even just past mid-season, it doesn't set a good message to your players and organization. Okay, I mean I can buy that, but at the same time, if it's not working, and keep banging your head against the wall and you're wondering why your head hurts, it's time to do something different, and that's why I wanted him fired weeks ago. But at the end of the season, I hope he's fired. Rumor has it that Dan Quinn, the defensive coordinator for the Dallas Cowboys, is rumored to be on the radar by the Broncos. So that tells me that the whole Fangio thing might be gone, which is good. And take Shermer. And the other one would be an offensive coordinator. I'm not sure, but there has been talk of Bieniemy out of Kansas City. I would love that too. Either one of those I would like. Not that we've had success with defensive coordinators like John Fox and Fangio, but hey, maybe third time's the charm. That's all I can hope for. Well, guys, we got one more week of Bronco football this season. I'll be bringing my predictions on Friday, and I will be doing my last post game of the season following Sunday. That's it, guys. That's all I have. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. And have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your week. We'll talk to you on Friday. Take care. Bye-bye.